Saan ka pag-survive sa corporate world, ma'am?
If you don't ask, if you don't knock, you don't try to ask or to even sell, then you are already rejecting yourself. If you just try to really sell, knock on the door and attempt to sell,
At least try.
you never know. Yes, they will welcome you. And if they reject you, then okay, then
Okay,
you
at
just
least
go
try.
to the next door.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you never attempt to knock and ask, just like what you did, you never know if there's an opportunity there. And you have to handle rejection.
What makes you different from your competitors? How practical or hands-on is the entrepreneurship program here in Siliman?
You cannot allow imperfections, or we are all imperfect, but disabilities or even special needs deter you or stop you from exploring and becoming an entrepreneur, diba?
Before this episode starts, Kasikas is a joint effort and a passion project between me and Giancarlo de Silva. I suggest that you listen to the entire episode and not skip. Aside from the powerful words from our guests, we have a surprise somewhere in the middle of the episode just for you. We'd like to thank CO2 Coffee and Burger Aioli for sponsoring this podcast, but more on them later. Kasikas is presented by Purok Gahi and Siliman University, producing and songwriting artists. Enjoy the video.
Hello! What's up, everyone? Welcome back to an electrifying episode of Kasikas Podcast, the show where we deep dive into minds of the most inspiring and influential figures in career, life, and business. I'm your host, Dominic Edrial, and today we've got a power-packed lineup for you that's gonna blow your minds. First up, we've got the point person behind the entrepreneurship program at Siliman University. She's the go-to person for all things entrepreneurial, the one shaping the future business leaders of tomorrow. Please welcome the point person of Yes, Mrs. Marivic Diano. And joining her today, we have the dynamic and visionary leader who's about to take the helm as the incoming president of the Young Entrepreneur Society of Siliman University. She's got the drive, she's got the passion, and the vision to lead the charge. Give it up for Kane Jugo. Wow. So, ma'am, Kane, thank you for being here today. So, how are you feeling like around sa podcast? Like,
Thank you for having us, Doms.
Kind of nervous pero excited po.
yeah, like, I swear, like, when preparing for a podcast, medyo excited. But when nana ko here, kay medyo kuhan siya. Makulbaan kay, like, imagine maka-interview ko niyo. What are the odds, diba? If, like, mo po na akong na-learn. Like, dili nimo makuha ang imuhang ganahan unless you ask. It's like mo na yang nangitang sponsors. And basically amo ang duhang mindset ni Carlo is it's either they say no or i-block ta or yes nara nang tulo. So wa man gyapon mawala sa ato if ever, di ba?
At least you tried.
Yeah, at least we tried. So, ma'am, can you tell me about a little about yourself?
A little about myself. Personal?
Yeah.
Career?
Pwede. A little story about Ma'am Diano.
It's not so long that I have been teaching full-time. I started my career in a bank for 2 years until I studied master's. And then I was hired as one of the staff of the internal audit team in Siliman University. But I saw a bigger opportunity in a telecommunications company. And so I applied and got hired. And I worked there for almost 12 years, holding different positions. From store manager, from an inventory custodian to store manager to sales.
So you basically climbed the corporate ladder.
Yeah. And then I transferred to retail iStore. I was hired as the assistant. No, it was the position ako. Area
Area.
retail manager covering Visayas, and Mindanao. So I also covered Cagayan.
So you're always traveling
Before,
before.
but I had to give it up because I prefer being a mother than being a career woman. That's why I shifted to a career here sa Silman teaching.
To be fair, that's the most fulfilling job.
Yes.
Ang mother. Wala'y career na nakapuli sa
Sa
mother.
mother. Correct.
How about you, Kane? Tell us a little about yourself.
Originally, I'm from Cebu. I grew up in the city, Cebu City, but among province is in Santander, Cebu.
Santander, okay?
Yeah, so I really dito jud ko ni dako from I think 18 to 20 years, and it's my first time nga ni change of location, and first time na ko nga ako raw sa in a new environment, which is Duma, and I'm an only child, so yeah, it
I
is.
did not know that.
Know that?
It's kind of kanang hard siya kay since ako raw sa ang anak, I need to go back and forth sa akong parents kay mangita sila kay mingawan sila niya. Dali ra pud daw kay kuni dako kay sana ay kanang nisugot ko nga ako raw sa ang live din hiba.
Oh, okay.
Since like first second year of college ko ni balhin diri, so it was kind of hard for them and for me kay I needed to adjust kay the new environment, new friends, new school, so big adjustments for the parents and for me.
So you didn't started college here sa Silliman since second year?
Nag-start ko but it was pandemic man.
Oh,
So,
okay.
diba, napa sa
Ang
balay.
first year.
Nga, nag-expect me nga the pandemic will probably go mga 4 years, so
Ayaw po.
mahuman ko college.
Ayaw po.
Ako mama mo yung nagkuan magod ni wish gid siya kay di lagi siya ganahan nga buyan ko.
Aww.
Kaya mo mag-separation
Aww.
anxiety.
Nice separation anxiety kay since sige may kuyo gid sa akong mother, if example ako ang school is kanang namon dito sa city, which is University of San Jose Recoletos, and then kanang mo live gid me somewhere near sa school para sila mo adjust na ako. Nya karon kay anak ko nga ayaw na lang mo kuyog sa Duma kay I'm already 18 more than kuan and I wanted to be independent pod kay namo jud ta na part sa tong life.
Yeah.
We need to try nga kita ra usa. So mo to.
How is it going so far?
I eat
I eat.
but I will not kuan. Dili ko specify how many times a day.
Yeah, it's
At least
different.
2 ingana. But mo eat jud ko kay the last time nga wala kay ko ni eat kay sick ka na hospital jud.
And it's
That's right.
difficult to be sick when you're not at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
And funny pa jud to kay ang nagkuha na ko ato ma'am kay sakit nung akong tiyan is ako akong friend which is si Abby. Siya nagkuha. So kanang it was really a blessing pud nga na ako'y friend na one call away, and then my mom came mga noon na ato. So mo nang you really need to take care of yourself if you want to be independent kay dili man all fun and games ang pagka-independent.
Yeah.
diba?
That's true.
Mo po yung ikuan po, yesterday among guest Irvi, mo po yung giingon na mo. Like, sa amo agad mismo sa team is, like, if sige mo paningkamot sa inyong career, then kalimtan ninyo inyong health, ang body, maningil.
Correct.
May barato ra.
Oo. Mahurot ra Japon, inyong income.
Mahok.
Ang hospital ray madatog ang pharmaceutical company.
Personally speaking, mo po na initabo na mo, unfortunately. Like, almost ang whole savings. Ana. So anyway, today isn't about me. Chika lang ta natin later. Ana, sige. Sige, Ma'am Diano,
Yes.
how stressful it is to teach at Silliman?
Teaching as a career has a different stress compared to
Different stress.
different kind of stress compared to corporate stress. Sa corporate stress, you have superiors who tell you what to do, what are the expectations
Okay.
and all. But in the teaching career, not necessarily in Silliman, but the teaching career as a
As a
whole,
whole.
you make your own stress. You make your own stress, you make your own standards. What are the standards that I want for my kind of teaching? Because as you probably observed, every faculty has a different style,
Mm.
right?
Yeah,
And
very
so
different.
they have different way of delivering, how they want their students to learn from them, So it's your own pressure that you, depending on the
Oh.
standard that you would like to set for yourself.
That's actually kind of good point there. Nga, ikaw may mag-set sa stress din.
Yeah.
Okay, question, ma'am. Like, this is a personal question from me.
Mhm.
Okay. Fortunately, I tried applying to a insurance company. Dayon, kuan. I'd like advice. Like,
Mhm.
how can I survive sa corporate world? Like, even though sales ra. Although, mo po na akong ganahan i-pursue sales jud as a job, then hopefully soon build my own business. Pagan ko mag-build akong foundation sa sales. So, di man pwede sales ra. Nagoy mga superior. So, how saan ako pag-survive sa corporate world, ma'am?
Just like what you shared earlier, if you don't ask, if you don't knock, and you don't try to ask, or to even sell, because you already have this thinking, balibaran ko, kuan ko, there's no benefit that they can get out from me, there's no value that they can see in what I am trying to offer, then you are already rejecting yourself. But if you just try to really sell, knock on the door and attempt to sell,
At least try.
you never know. Yes, you never know. They will welcome you. We've tried that, Doms, personally, because I was with sales. I told you.
Yeah, please tell me.
I told you that I was with sales. I've been handling, you're familiar with Globe, right? And Globe Broadband. I was handling the sales team that goes door to door at home.
Katry ko
Home
door to door.
broadband.
Lisod kaayo.
Home broadband. But I have a few agents who really survived, and I just saw one agent whose daughter graduated last May, being an agent, because it's really part of them. They don't like an 8-hour job. They don't like to go to the office. They want their own time. Okay, so they just knock on the door of every home that we go to, like per area. Like we go to Bayowan, we knock on doors in a specific area that there is a distribution point of Globe. And then you just knock. And if they reject you, then okay, then
Okay,
you
at
just
least
go
try
to the
it.
next door.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you never attempt to knock and ask, just like what you did, you never know if there's an opportunity there. So good. And you have to handle rejection.
Yeah, like,
You have to learn how to handle rejection, because not everyone will accept you. Not everyone will have a positive reception of you.
kana, yeah.
So you have to learn. You just move from one door to the next. Wala ra.
Pero bitaw laing door. What if
Meron
there?
lang door. Kadaghan pa dihang doors.
Oh,
Yeah.
grabe.
That's
So,
with sales.
ang rejection, like, it's not about getting the sales ang lisod. It's about the rejection. Kung unsa
handling rejection.
siya ka-demoralizing.
Yes.
Like, I can say for me and my team, no, they've handled rejection jud. Like, how does it feel ba?
It's worse. Like sometimes like stopping you and like holding you back na dili pa dayon.
See, your greatest enemy is yourself.
Yeah, or dili ka ina.
Oh, that was deep ah. Dili ka enough.
I
You need
think
to push yourself.
dili ra to for rejection sa mga work. Like to di food.
Kane, naki-question mo. What excites you the most about becoming the president of Yes?
So for this year, actually, I wanted to strengthen the skills of our fellow students na entrepreneur. Kay I think kanang pinaka essence skill as an entrepreneur is kanang pag-start. So that is the pitching. So
Yeah, pitching.
I have kanang murag na ko plan nga mag-pitching competition good for the paan students. And aside from that, every year kay na subject nga mo ask ko kanang how can you do this? What's new? Can you make a good product out of this? So I would like to also incorporate that sa pitching. So probably work with a subject teacher ko nga can you kuan nga para ma-appeal sila pitching nga competition. So for example, their bright ideas kay as an entrepreneur, every year or every subject, na dyan na yung moingon nga, sige, unsa may inyong kuan entrepreneurial idea na ma-make out of this or in this sector, let's say environmental sector. So why not take it into practice? So that's what I'm really excited, and I also want nga ma-excited pud ang mga fellow entrepreneur kay that's really one of the essence po ba sa itong pagka-entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know, the other year sa CBA week, there was a business pitching competition. One of the competitions during CBA week. Oh, but
Wala.
we did not have that this last school
2
year.
years good nga wala mo.
Bagay yung takalif
No,
na.
I remember, katong there was one school year na there was a business pitching competition during a CBA celebration.
Kay katong katong nag-start na balik after pandemic, walay business pitch competition.
Ito, it would be awesome,
I think
Tani.
online to siya. During online. Hindi siya
okay.
face-to-face classes when we had online classes.
The one with the pink logo,
Pink logo
or university
sa
wide
College
siya.
of Nursing.
No, sa university wide siya.
No, it's just within CBA.
Oh,
It's just
Pero
within
na ay
CBA.
kuan
Ako to sa DTI. Katong kuan.
DICT.
DICT,
Dapat sa
sakto.
DICT. That's annual.
Para more siya preparation ng mga national competitions ba.
It's such a huge opportunity if ever ma-selected na ka. It's not a small thing, like big deal na kayo siya.
And
Like we had 2 entries, one entry
year.
last year. We had 1 entry. I had to chaperone the students to Cebu to join the live pitching competition. And it's something that, I like that idea. We have to work on from first year pa. Dapat nahanas na sila o pitching,
Yeah.
business pitching first year.
Okay, pag when we got back from pandemic, there was really one subject na ang iyahang more introduction na activity which is from Ma'am Quello. Iyang introduction na activity was to pitch.
So, like, hypothetical business mo pitch ka, okay?
Oo. And dito po na kayong mao jud din yung entrep kay we really need the pitch, and everyone had different ideas and kami ato kay we really wanted to kanang shine pod and also work with our minds kung unsa na mo pag not only to produce like a business, like what's new kay you're in this kuan ba business industry kay it's quite so daghan na kaayong businesses, it's crowded,
Saturated.
saturated, that's right, and we really need to shine on your own, be unique. So I think that's the beauty of entrepreneur, and we really need to hone those skills.
Ever heard of Burger Aioli? If not, then you're pretty much missing out. We'd like to give out 4 of you who are watching this podcast gift certificates to buy whatever you want at Burger Aioli. To join, react and mention 3 friends in the comments, and we will choose 4 random winners. A huge thank you to Burger Aioli for feeding us throughout the shoot. Burgers and rice meals await you and open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Tuesdays to Sundays. Order through GetFood, link in the description down below. We'd like to thank Burger Aioli for sponsoring our podcast. Now, back to the episode.
Mo itong ka, Sir Cañete, Jud. Muna yung question, Jud, na mo sa una is, what makes you different from your competitors? Kana, like,
Unique selling proposition.
yeah. So, di ba medyo kuan siya? Like, it's so easy, yet it's so hard, yung question. Like, how does it make sense?
You really need to
You just
think out of
have to
the
be
box.
creative.
Have to be creative. Okay. Diano. Okay.
Yes, dogs.
How practical or hands-on is the entrepreneurship program here in Silliman?
What do you mean by practical and hands-on, specifically when it comes to education?
Like, when it comes to entrepreneurship, like, application jud ang mag-teach, like, experience. Like, kabante ko, like, ang mga na-learn nimo sa books, may mo siya useless unless if imuhang
Put into practice.
Yeah. So, how practical or is Silliman practical when it comes to entrepreneurship here?
we are going there. But as you know, that in the curriculum, especially on your fourth year, you will really be required to implement
Yeah.
your plan. So it's not just all about planning, but you really have to implement your business idea.
So pwede mo ask ko og success story sa mga fourth years
I'm
before.
very excited to share that with
Sige
you.
ko, sige. I'm really excited po. Sige daw.
Well, let's just hide the person, this student.
Okay, no worries.
The name of Mr. X. This student is quite special. It's a little special. In fact, his parents did not expect. Dili ingon nga did not expect, but they were discouraged from putting their child into a regular school because of his special needs. But the parents believed in the child. He was trained at home to be independent. He was trained to do household chores. His special needs is that medyo attention, the ADHD, and he cannot hold attention for long. He cannot hold his attention for long. So it's difficult to let him absorb whatever it is that you're discussing in class because he cannot hold his attention for long. But on his fourth year business plan implementation, he and his partner, it was probably also with divine intervention that he got a partner that was also, ni-click yun silang duha.
So,
Ni-click yun silang duha.
Yeah.
Ni-click yun silang duha. And they were really able to do and to make a lot of milestones compared to other students. In fact, when we had business implementation, they already had complete business permit. They already had franchise.
Yeah.
yeah,
They were already operating not just in the university, but even outside the campus. And you know them, and they are already discussing in how to do about with franchising. That happened after graduation, but before that, they initially discussed after graduation, so ito siya na finalize. So they will be opening the business for franchise, and more branches are coming out.
And I think nakita na ko sa Facebook is na sila yung registered trademark.
That's it. Yeah,
registered.
they already have a registered trademark. On the part in between first semester and second semester, they were already working on the trademark. And so that's why you see them going around already. They were more passionate compared to the others because they have fixed costs. They already have 3 salaried employees, and they have to meet a certain number of sales in order to cover at least the salaries of the 3 employees that they have. So they cannot go home not unless everything is sold for the day.
Dili jud pwede nga kanang mupahaway ra kay.
Yeah, you have to. You see them around campus trying to finish the last product that they were trying to sell.
Gina-convince dyan na nila.
Di ba?
Magkuyog ni sa barkada. Last na lang yun. Sige, amo na lang paliton. Wala na lang pag-yun.
And it was a success story.
A huge one.
Diba?
It's a huge one.
It's a huge one. Diba? So you cannot allow imperfections, or we are all imperfect, but disabilities or even special needs deter you or stop you from exploring and becoming an entrepreneur. Diba? He wakes up at 6 a.m. He wakes up at 6 a.m. just to buy the ingredients that they need. So if you have 300 hours requirement for your academic, they're way beyond the 300 hours requirement because they start from 6 a.m. and then they end at around 10, 11 o'clock in the evening to do bookkeeping.
Also inventory. Every day,
every day.
Gabi?
But of course, there are mentors that support them and all. But it was all because of their hard work also.
Yeah. Dili pwede lang kuan lang, support lang.
Dili lang pwede support because they have to do all these work, diba, themselves.
So, Kane, Kwan, what do you think is the main benefit of choosing entrep as a major?
I think the main benefit yun is we are very flexible, very versatile. Because if we choose nga dili pa mag-business pa, like we go into the corporate world, pwede man ta in any area. Okay,
Yeah.
we have those kind of subjects like operations management, supply chain. So we also have human resources management. So pwede kita bisan asa, and that's one of the biggest benefit. And the second one is also we can become our own boss.
That, oo.
So it's a big benefit yun, kay since we're all well-rounded in all the areas in business, kay it really helps us nga cooperate, and we also know how to do the job. We also know what might go wrong, what is really the right way to do this, and kana siya. We have the edge among the other courses in the CBA. Okay, we are well-rounded. Ilahang mga major kay ato arang mga subjects. Yan gani. So sila they
Because in
focus.
the end, you're the boss.
Yeah, in the end.
Diba? At the end of the day, you're the boss. You will be hiring all of them.
That's true. And if not yung person nga dili ganahan nga manarbaho iniga
Oo.
end of the kuan, they really should take entrepreneurship.
And any of you can answer this question. I mean, I think dahil nga, it's better if makaget ko sa teacher nga perspective and perspective sa student. Ano nga question? Sige.
Sige, go.
Why should students, incoming students, especially the undecided ones, choose entrepreneurship as a major here in Silva?
You want to go first?
They should pick entrepreneurship. Okay, we are trained in all the areas of the business, and it also gives us more opportunity. Okay, for example, you've mentioned undecided sila. They don't know what to take, like what job they want to do after graduation. So entrepreneurship is the best course for that. Okay. Business yun ang murag mo strive sa economy these days.
Yeah.
Aside from, having your own money, you also can provide job opportunities for those in need. And it also helps the economy. So in a student's perspective, it's really a good course if you want to be well-rounded, if you want to have, fallbacks, kanang you have backup plans. If dili ka ganahan mag-boss, if you don't want to have your own business, then you can apply HR, OM, and like supply chain manager. Or if you don't want to really work, you can be your own boss. So that's the reason why they should pick entrepreneurship.
How about you, ma'am?
If you want to make the most impact, become an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You will be giving a lot of jobs to
That's
people
true.
if you become an entrepreneur. You will be decreasing poverty level,
Yeah.
increasing self-confidence and pride. Being a Filipino, if you become an entrepreneur, there are so many things that you can do and have a great impact in the society and in the environment if you become an entrepreneur. If you want to dream big and really big, become an entrepreneur. That's the ultimate goal of most people, become a businessman. So why not start early?
Yeah.
The earlier you start, the better it is for you.
Hello, it's me again. We invite you to check out CO2 Coffee and Coworking Dumaguete, located right near St. Paul University, Dumaguete City, in front of Suzuki Motors. CO2 has really been kind to us because they allowed us to shoot in their boardroom. Not only that, but the place is for literally everyone. Imagine having an upcoming deadline or studying for an incoming test. Now, CO2 has your back because it is not just a normal coffee shop, no. It's also a co-working space. And don't even get me started that they have a practice studio here for bands. Even Wilfredo practices here, and who knows, you might even get the chance to bump into them. CO2 Coffee and Coworking has something for everyone. Visit their Instagram at CO2 Dumaguete and on Facebook, CO2 Coffee and Coworking Dumaguete. Link in the description down below. Thank you CO2 Coffee for sponsoring us. Now, back to the podcast.
So, nakoy question po about food ani. In continuation sa yung mention, ma'am. Nakoy mga friends, mga titos, nga the only reason why sila ga seaman is to get pondo
for capital.
for building a business. So my question is, need pa ba sila work in order for them to build their own business?
Very interesting.
Di ba?
I can relate.
Yeah, because honestly, in my perspective, lisod kayo ang if walay cash ang business.
Capital.
If it is just to raise capital, dogs. If it is just to raise capital, that's one way to raise capital. But there are also a lot of programs in the government that you probably just do not know about. Depending on the industry that you would like to penetrate, there are programs in the government to help you with the capital requirement. That's the easiest, or that's probably the help that they can give you the most, apart from training and all, and networks and connections. Capital. Yeah. So if you already have a brilliant idea and you know this idea will work, you don't have to become a seaman. There are a lot of financial institutions that you can go to, and the government that offers lower interest rates compared to private institutions. And we have that subject in your fourth year.
Saan sa siya nga subject?
Programs and policies on enterprise development.
Muna ko look forward.
That's government programs. So we get to know them. So it's just a matter of knowing really what is it that is available for you to tap. But if you don't know, the first thing that you know is the easiest way, what the family knows, and that you go for that, what the family knows, because they've tried it. They know that there's easy bucks when it comes to being a seaman, di ba?
Yeah.
Paspas kaya ang kwarta.
Bisod lang. Ang kwarta ra mo'y dali.
Ang kwarta ra mo'y dali.
Dali po mo wagtang.
Nagoy kapalit.
Yeah, but it's just a matter of really, if you're already sold out with your business idea, you don't have to become a seaman. There are a lot of opportunities here or institutions here that you can tap. If it's just capital, that's the problem that's hindering you from starting the business.
Okay.
I think, ma'am, katong sa DTI, Sir Gio,
Yeah.
I think the best way po kay, if you want to start then you're young, you're lost, I think you can approach DTI kay we have invited Sir Gio and he has been very convincing. If ganahan din mo mag-start, we are your best friend, DTI is your best friend, yun. They can offer you mentorship, and especially Sir Gio is from the entrepreneurship
graduate also.
So, we have the connection. So, napod sila yung mga programs na makahelp. But I think on the financial side, you really need to ask. Kaya naman giingon na to is like ang mentorship, something like that.
Ask lang.
Ask.
Sige, for that little kid watching right now, ma'am, how can they approach DTI if ever mangita sila help to build or at least get the capital for their business?
But of course, you have to be of legal age in order to borrow money. You cannot be as young as 15, 13. Although, entrepreneurship, there is no minimum age requirement.
No minimum age,
You can start as early as 8 years old, 7 years old. There are those, like katong si Kapeng Lokal, or no, katong the other speaker that we had, the one that's selling fusion rolls.
From the marketing department.
From the marketing department. At a very young age, he was already into selling good siya. Yeah, but you have to be of legal age in order to borrow money. And usually, if you're a starting entrepreneur and you have not established your business yet, it's a starting business. In the bank, there's the 5 C's.
And that is? Like, ang sabi ko,
5 C's. Character, Nalimot na blackout ako.
Assignment na
You
to
need
siya.
to, you
Sige.
need to capital, character, you need to meet the 5 C's. At collateral, and this is where it's difficult if you're starting
Collateral.
and you do not have any properties yet. Like if you borrow $1 million to start your business, you need to have collateral to borrow money. So mo siya stumbling block. But then again, there are government programs that you probably do not need capital, but you have a business that's established, that's growing, and you can really prove through your historical financial statements that it's really profitable and there's really opportunity. Just like, I don't know if you're familiar with Minang's Kitchen.
No, I'm not familiar po.
You go to the grocery store, they started with shrimp paste.
Shrimp paste.
And then into peanut butter. It's local ha. The entrepreneur graduated as a medtech,
Also, super layo.
medical technology by profession,
Super layo.
but she worked as a BPO. She worked in a BPO. That's her
Call center.
experience. So totally out. But
Nagkalayo.
totally out. But for health reasons, she had to leave her job and started the business. And naput up man niya with a minimal capital. And so there is an opportunity to grow. So DOST funded her equipment.
Wow.
DOST, Department of Science and Technology, loan for that. She just had to provide projected financial statements. That's why it's very important that you know how to read financial statements.
Yeah.
Because when you ask support from the government, you have to show them the financial statement and your business plan. That's why it's very important. Na ma-harness din ninyo yung skill preparation ng business plan. And the financial statements.
This is how I summarize everything. Anything can, no matter what your background is,
Yes.
you can be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So kung
And it's the most important thing in our government or in our economy now. That is why entrepreneurship is offered in across all tracks in senior high school, whether you're taking STEAM, UMS, arts and design,
arts and
Arts and design track.
Oh,
diba? All of you should take entrepreneurship
Senior high.
because the government needs you. That's how important you are.
Fun fact, ma'am, tungod ba na sa entrepreneurship nga subject pag senior high, namurag nakasagi isa ko ang mind nga.
oh, okay.
Kay I was really from the TVL department. I was decided before nga gusto ko mag hotel management because I like meeting people. But when we got our entrepreneurship subject, kay hindi po siya nga kuan sa like what if I work and I also have a business.
Yeah.
But in the long run, mas napili gid na ako ang pagka-entrepreneur. So that's why I became the entrepreneurship student right now.
Grabe.
Yeah.
So,
even mass comm students have plans of becoming an entrepreneur, di ba? Even doctors, they also want to put up their own clinic. That's business.
True.
Di ba?
it's really awesome, if I'm honest. Then, another question. Akong balihon. Why should someone not pursue entrepreneurship?
It's quite hard.
Yatong balihon.
Well, if they want an easy life, they want to be told. If they want to be told what to do every day, then do not go for
Then why not?
entrepreneurship.
Ayaw.
Yeah, if you want an easy life, if you want to be dictated what to do every day, then do not go into entrepreneurship.
This isn't for the weak of heart.
Dili jud.
Yeah.
I swear, even kanang estudyante pa ka, dili gud siya for the week. Okay, when you know, just a preview on your third year, second sem,
Okay,
dira gid
sige,
mi
tell me.
nagkaano. Kay we had like social entrepreneurship, and we also have the e-commerce, which was really interesting. And we also need to build our business plan. So, kana yung tulo ka subjects ang murag
Heavy.
So that's,
size.
mo nang tulo ka subject na dapat i-look forward to sa mga third year.
Look forward din one. Our biggest kanang murag sayop ato mistake kay kanang gina pushback man gud namo ang mga buhaton nun. For example, we have a deadline for the business plan and it's quite far, 2 weeks pa. Para na mo buhaton. Mga 3 days before, para na mo buhaton.
Procrastination.
And we also have the e-commerce, which was a preparation for the pitching sa DICT. So,
That's our entry to the
Yeah.
DICT competition. The other year, they only had like 2 to 3 weeks to prepare. Now they had 1 semester to prepare for the competition entry nila.
when to isa.
Mo-join ako na, ma'am.
Yeah.
Actually,
Nakiplano.
kamuta nang.
Di, kuan pa. Ako ang plan is medyo layo pa.
Mhm.
Kay basically, ang pangitaon sa naman ko mga investor, di ba?
Yeah,
Naglantaw.
yeah, yes.
So, dili pa siya secure as a plan. Like, it's good on paper, but need pa og prototype.
You don't have to make a prototype.
Okay.
Ideation
idea.
stage naman. Pwede naman minimum requirement. Ideation stage. Idea pa lang nimo even if you don't. Although there are some entries, kay different levels mo dyan na siya student level na siya professional level. But of course, you are competing in the student level.
Student
Kay
level.
students pa man. And one of the requirements, of course, is your ID, your clearance from the college and all to really validate that you are a student enrolled in a university. Yeah, so idea stage, okay na. And it will open opportunities for you. Like there was one winner who was hired by Huawei to do an immersion all for free
Okay.
in China because he
Okay.
won the competition. So even if he cannot really put into business his idea, but there's that opportunity for you to experience and really see for yourself how Huawei operates. And it was all for free because he won the competition. And it was also technology related because e-commerce technology related.
That's really awesome. Like, wala ko ga-expect. Abi ko ka like,
Grabbing those opportunities.
awin ko like, kailangan pa ka mo gamaog something tangible.
Idea lang. End of video.
And,
End of video about your idea. The content of your video should cover.
cover everything. Okay, another question, ma'am. How can I join?
Everyone
Enroll in e-commerce.
Oo. Kamuta na.
Yeah,
Under
it's a subject requirement. That's one of your major outputs.
At least mo na entry. Okay.
The DICT competition. It's an annual competition sponsored by DICT with other groups na siya. Even European Chamber of Commerce.
Ooh.
Part na sila anak group that we will be teaching to. So let me put you for experience, di ba? Your confidence and all. Bahala, nag-become daw. And you naka-experience ka, di ba?
Grabe nga. Like, I didn't really expect this. Nga, pwede na inana.
Depende.
Competition.
Like, I mean, the amount of, like, school ka, dayon, university, the amount of exposure that you get. I know na, but I didn't really know it's that extent. Like, China?
Oh, the winner. Katong sa previews ng competition. And even if you don't implement your business and there are other investors who see the potential of your business, they can buy your idea from you and you can use that capital, that money to start another business. And then siya, pang capital. There was one entry also na naay investor who bought their idea with 500,000 or 500,000.
Gamay lang.
Gamay lang. I-patent mo na nila. I-patent.
Gibay jud ang idea.
Murag idea to. But that's up to you. You would sell it.
Nagbili ng percentage.
Diba? So that's really up to you.
Oh.
Ganahan ko ka 10% imo.
1% in perpetuity.
Oo.
Diba? Ana.
Yeah. So, dapat kabalik ka sa imong option.
Anything is really possible. What advice, what are the challenges of being an entrepreneurship student and a teacher, of course, here in Silliman?
Challenges of being an entrepreneurship teacher? Meron ka ng challenge.
What is it sa Kane mo answer sa para makapag-relate kasi mo answer, ma'am?
The biggest challenge siguro, like, if entrepreneur ka, you really need to think outside the box. Imagine na times na mental block, like, wala kang bright ideas.
Yeah.
So, you don't know. I mean, like, for example, you see a problem, you want to help, but you don't know how to help. So, something new, something efficient, something that would be convenient and beneficial sa beneficiary. So, ganun ang pinaka-draining na part. Like, it's to think outside of the box all the time. And academic-wise, most of our subjects good. Nakabantay ka, hindi tayo ipa-ask good.
Balik
New idea.
kita mo i-ask.
Business pitch, sige na, yun, usahay kayo. Hindi ko gagana na balik-balikan yung business pitch. So, you will be pressured na. Kung mag-take, mag-go. So, really being creative.
Being creative.
So, what good is, they're really kind of gifted. Kind of outside of the box.
Sige, ma'am.
Keeping up with trends.
Elaborate na, ma'am.
When you are an entrepreneur, you have to know what are the societal trends, as political trends, technological trend, economical trend, your environment. You have to be aware of that. So, if I were not an entrepreneurship teacher, it's okay with me. I'm easily satisfied. So I'm okay. But if you're teaching you also have to be updated with what's going on. What's the latest technology now? How you can adopt this? How can you use this for your operations? Societal trends. What is society na? Unsay mga uso karon sa society? So that you can also help your students come up with creative ideas, for their businesses.
Okay. So, let's move on sa controversial na questions. Okay, are you ready?
Controversial.
Sige. Do you think that the current education system adequately prepares students for the challenges of entrepreneurship? Go.
Education, similar to how it is in the classroom. It's 50-50. There's an input from your instructor, but whether you will listen what is being shared with you and you will apply that is up to the student. How much of it will you absorb? How much of it will you put into practice? Is also the part of the student. Diba? So we just help you, we just squeeze from you ideas, creative ideas. We also help you think so that you can leapfrog from our own idea. But in the end, it's also up to the student whether they will apply it, whether they will study, whether they will practice, whether they will, it's also up to the student. So no matter how much education your education system will give to you, but your reception also to what is given, you will not also maximize it, then you're also limiting your potential.
So actually, there's no point if imong i-limit imong self.
Yeah.
Like if di mo gamitan ng education mo na learn.
You have to maximize whatever it is that you paid for because the tuition fee is very expensive.
It's very high.
You have to maximize. It's up to you. Whatever opportunity is given to you, grab it. You really, whatever it is that's taught to you, you study it because eventually you do not know, you will have to apply it in the real world.
So everything is pointless unless if you apply everything.
Yes. It's not just the education system, but we also need
The students.
an input from the students for it to really work and to really make you be prepared.
Yo. How about you, Kane?
Yes, I do agree that it's actually adequate since our faculty and our teachers really give us all of the material, all of the knowledge, especially that most of the major subjects of entrepreneurship really focus on a certain area in the business.
Mm-hmm.
For example, business plan preparation, imagine preparation up with implementation. There are two different subjects. We also have e-commerce, social entrepreneurship, what else? HRM or the human resource management. So with that, we have all the perspectives of the business, which makes us a well-rounded future businessman and women. So it's already adequate for me. But for the application,
Yeah, for the application.
how we are going to apply that. And especially as an incoming fourth year, so dito pa na kumakain.
Let's go. Let's go. Fourth year.
Let's go for the year.
Let's go fourth year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I actually want to invite my crew here. Pero, okay, dire, asa mo galik, dire ra mo magpapakita mo sa camera. Ay, makita dapat mo. At dili mo tapad sa muna ko, oh. Unsay inyo hangganan i-question sa ato ang guest. Okay. Hula na mo, sige, kasi una. Okay. Who are you?
I am Giancarlo de Silva. I am a upcoming fourth year financial management student at COSCA. I was born from Kuwait and I'm here to give some questions to because I'm like, is business a honed skill for everyone or you have to acquire it by self-learning?
Skill.
Yeah. Or let's say it's inherited by parents or you should learn it by yourself.
Being a businessman, you mean?
Yes.
There are those that are innate in you, and there are those that you really have to develop within you.
Yeah, correct.
There are those who are really gifted, like when you music, for example. There are those who are really gifted with music. They can play any instrument even without formal education because
True.
that's really innate with them. Plus, you add education, they become geniuses like you, no? And similar to businesses, there are those that's innate in you. But there are those that you also have to develop and acquire, like opportunity seeking, for example. You see a mango, you see a ripe mango. If you have honed that skill into looking for opportunities, then you will come up with ways and products that you can use a mango to come up with another product and sell it at a high price. Like a mango that's coated with chocolate, for example. That's one of the products.
That's genius.
It's just Cebu, diba? But initially it was just dried mangoes. Now they coat the mango with chocolate and then they package it in a way that it looks so premium and then they sell it for 1,100.
Whoa.
Imagine that. It's just dried mangoes coated with chocolate.
Grabe.
ROI in thousands percent because their market 80% is export, 20% is
so
that's why they can price it at that time. But it takes skills. You have to acquire these skills. You have to develop these skills in order to really see opportunities in every product. And solutions mindset. You see a problem, you don't focus on the problem, but you focus on the solutions. That's something that you have to develop within us.
Such a wonderful question. Thank you. It's like here in Dumaguete, our ideas are limited, not as to other regions that they see, like especially on products and system like the ones you say. I haven't seen any of those here yet. So, I haven't been to Cebu other than Kuwait or Manila and So another question for you, Miss. How do you are introverts for business? Because that's one of the struggle I am dealing with it now. Yeah.
Fun fact.
Actually, to be honest, I was also an introvert myself. Probably if you're an introvert, you can really surround yourself with talagang friends na you are comfortable with to build a business together, to become your business partner. Kay, I think the one that you mentioned a while ago, you too introverted with. Or, talagang, bakit siguro ako lang pagtanong niya kay you're fiction So I think he built his relationship with his partner, called business partner, and they grew together. So I think it's a big advantage for you surround yourselves with people that you're comfortable with. Kay kung mag-build ka business, with a friend, na medyo na times na friendship over na hinoon mo. Kaya
Oh.
Carlo, just go
Relatable.
out of your comfort
Oo.
zone.
Yeah.
Just go out. It takes effort, but just come out. Just go out of your comfort zone.
Nothing will happen unless you try.
True.
Oh.
Pareha itong speech sa graduation speaker sa Ako Ansan. Kana bang, sa ganina siya, the turtle and sa ganina siya nga story,
The
and the yeah. Diba? You win magito si turtle.
Oo.
Pero ang iyaha itong gi-emphasize during her speech is that the turtle goes out of her kanang iyahang shell. Go out gid siya. Diba? Dili kay musata lang siya. Go out gid yung neck. O, then nakadaog siya sa competition. Gradual lang. Consistency lang.
I thought ang turtle goes out of the shell.
Yan ang neck.
You're a neck.
Yan ang neck. I
Alright.
share sa speaker. Sa mga graduating students.
ginawa siya completely.
Naligo siya sa
I think put conversion slow progress is still progress. Walag.
Gamay, balag ginagmay. Baby
Basta
steps
kanunay.
lang. Basta kanunay.
Ah. Naka-plug.
Consistency is key.
Ma'am Jano, Kane, thank you for your time in behalf of the Kasikas team here. We really are thankful sa inyong time, and especially ni Ma'am Jano kay Shamoy nagpabaro aning nga venue. Okay, for those who's watching, we are now here sa CBA MBA presentation room. Yeah, and it's all thanks to Ma'am Jano.
I just asked permission, ha? This is not mine. This is the university facility, so I just asked permission.
Yeah, thank you kay Ma'am. So, Juan, if there's someone you'd like to give a shout out to, you're free now. This is your time na.
To everyone who would like to make a huge impact, enroll in BS Entrep, consider becoming an entrepreneur, and you can never be too young to become an entrepreneur. To start early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to meeting our incoming entrepreneurship students, our first years, and even our continuing students. We have a lot of activities in store for the Young Entrepreneurship Society of Silliman. So we're really excited to start and have a good year ahead with all of you guys.
Very last question. Ako nalimtan. Okay, sorry, my bad. The very last question. Why should students study in Silliman, especially take up entrepreneurship as a major? Okay. Why Silliman and why entrepreneurship?
Number one, because Silliman has a very beautiful campus.
Check.
Number two, you get to meet a lot of diverse students coming from different cultures, coming from different countries, and so you get to be friends with them. And of course, you have one of the best mentors in the
Yeah.
in the country. All right.
Exactly.
So yeah, come and get your education in BS Entrep here in Silliman University.
Ali na mo.
I'm here.
Again.
So why Entrep? I'll be taking on the entrepreneurship side. So for those who wants to give and make a big change in the country, provide job opportunities, become your own boss, then you should definitely take up entrepreneurship. We are waiting and we are ready to welcome you for the next year and the upcoming years. So, see you.
See you.
See you everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Ma'am Jano. Thank you,
Thank
Kane, for your
you.
time.
Pleasure.
The Kasikas team would like to thank the following: Tita Catherine Lorena of Kuwait, Tito Marlon Ilombra of Shakey's Dumaguete, located at Robinson's Place, Dumaguete City, Miss Andeng of CO2 Coffee, Ate Kim of Burger Aioli, Hervey Bilangdal, Mrs. Marivic Diano and Kane Jugo from Yes, Kuis Speed Anthony Montilla, Miss Nathalie Magat, Mr. Ramon San Flores, and Sir Kevin Cabauatan. This episode that you're watching might not happen if it weren't for them. So we'd like to give them a huge thanks.